What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of On Deck Baseball. I'm your host, Evan Mendoza, and today's episode we're going to be talking about my superstitions. But before we get into today's video, make sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. That way you guys get informed when I upload these great videos for you. So let's jump right into it. My superstitions, the biggest one, I try to stay away from superstitions as much as I can, and I try to refer to them as my routine. The biggest one that I have is I've been using the same third base glove since 2016 at NC State because we had a Rawlings deal, sponsorship deal, and that was my sophomore year. That was my sophomore year of college. That's when I started making a name for myself. I made 2 SportsCenter top 10 plays that sophomore year in 2016, and then 1 as well in 2017 using the same glove. So I told myself that glove has made me into who I am and gotten me places that I never really thought I would get to. So I think it's only fair to use that same glove still to this day. That doesn't mean I don't have any other gloves. Obviously I play other positions. I play a little bit of short, second, and first as well. So you need different gloves for the different positions. I've gotten a few gloves the past few years for shortstop that are a little bit smaller, and obviously first base as well. As far as game day superstitions that I kind of have that I'll admit to having are, one, the national anthem. The national anthem is played every single game no matter what. So it's only right for me to have a routine or a superstition to that song. So my superstition is during that song, I'll usually bow my head, envision how that game is going to go. I try to pray and tell myself what I'm thankful for and try to just have a good, safe game. I usually open my eyes and look up at a certain part of the national anthem. And when I kind of do that, I kind of have to pinch myself because I know one day I'm going to be looking up and looking at that flag, but it's going to be in a major league city playing in a big league baseball game. Another superstition I have, and this one I'll admit it is a superstition, is I like to take my vitamins before the game. Just my essential vitamins, multivitamin, fish oil, vitamin D. All those things are laid out for all of us at the minor league and big league levels to anyone that wants to take them. So they're just multivitamins. You're supposed to take 1 a day. And I tell myself those are my hits. If I take those, I'm going to get my hits. So that's why I say that that's a superstition, is because obviously the multivitamin is not what's getting the hits. It's me, myself. But that's just a weird, kind of fun superstition that I have before games. If I'm on a streak, I usually like to keep the same stretch routine if I can remember it before games when we're stretching down the line. That way I just feel ready to play, I feel loose, I'm good to go. I try keeping it the same and try keeping it in the same order. Yeah, it is a little superstitious, so I try keeping it as similar as possible day to day. Ooh, this is my favorite one, batting gloves. I've had a number of hitting streaks ever since 2016 was probably my longest. I had a 23-game hit streak at NC State. It's the 3rd longest in school history. And it was the majority of the year. In college, you play about 50 to 60 games. So almost half of the year, I had a base hit, and then I was absolutely killing it that sophomore year in 2016. But that entire stretch of 26 games, I used the same pair of batting gloves. They turned into ripped mess, just so tarred up. They were crispy, they were black, they used to be white, and they were just very, very dirty. But I had a hitting streak going, so it was only right to keep those batting gloves on my hands during that streak. In pro ball, there's no different. If I'm on a hitting streak, I like to keep those batting gloves the same. Doesn't matter if I'm on the road, it doesn't matter if I'm home. I try keeping it the same no matter what. Another fun superstition that I have is my on-deck routine. Whenever I get on deck, I have this same routine where it actually starts when I'm in the hole. I like to be on the top step, really engaged into the game, looking at the pitcher, trying to find any tells, just to look at the pitcher and see how he's doing, and try being as close to the action as possible. Once I get to the on-deck circle, I have the same routine where I put some pine tar on the neck of my bat and on the knob, and I rub some rosin on it as well because I think it creates a really cool effect when you hit the baseball. There's a little cloud of rosin. I think it's really cool. But when I'm tapping that rosin on the bat, I tell myself that's the magic powder. It's weird, I know, I get it. But that's what I tell myself because I think telling yourself all these magical powers and stuff like that, it's weird. I get it. but I really do tell myself this is the magic powder that I put on the neck of my bat, because if you get a still image of you hitting the ball right after contact, you're going to see this kind of explosion of rosin on that image, and it's really, really cool. So ever since I saw one of those pictures, I've always put rosin on the neck of my bat, and I think it's awesome and a superstition. Taking my way into the batter's box, I always like to greet the home plate umpire and catcher, since we're kind of in the same circle together. I always like to refer to with their first name and try to be as personal as possible, trying to make a friendly competition. Obviously, we are against each other and we're trying to win, but being nice and friendly to your competition, it can go a long way. The last superstition that I'll hit on is ground balls in between innings. I like to do a certain routine where I kind of cover all the certain ground balls that I can get in a certain amount of time. Usually I start at the cut of the grass, that way I'm fielding a ground ball off the grass, in case, hey, there might be some sprinkle of rain in between innings and the grass might be a little bit slick from inning to inning. So I like to take that first ground ball at the cut of the grass, and then I scoot back. I take one forehand, maybe two forehands, and maybe one backhand, make a long throw, stretch out my arm. And then the last one, I like to create some momentum towards probably in between home and first base, and create that momentum like a bare hand play or a charge, a slow roller, and that'll just create that whippiness in my arm and make sure I'm keeping my arm nice and accurate. Well, that wraps up today's episode. If you guys like any of this artwork here or here, it's going to be on sale on my Shopify account. It's linked in the bio, so go check that out if you're interested. I've been twitching a ton with you guys. I've been playing MLB The Show. I've been playing Fortnite Creative with you guys, and just having a great time. So if you want, follow me on my Twitch account. I'll link that as well below. And if you want your swing broken down, follow me on TikTok, DM me on Instagram. All right, guys, take care.